the girl. What are you doing? I'm not going anywhere. I know I put a shirt on, but I'm not going anywhere. But that's a good dog. Yeah, you can come out. Yeah, hi. Hello. Poor dog, I did my hair and makeup and put a shirt on. And when I say shirt, I mean because I'm still wearing my sweatpants. And came downstairs and I guess she thought that meant that I was leaving, which is normally what that means. But anyway, hello, welcome to 2024. From someone who is clearly not over Christmas, like, have not taken anything down. Told husband we're leaving it till March. I don't know that it'll quite make till March, but I am not ready to take it down yet. So we're gonna drink out of my Santa Claus mug. I have like coffee, hot chocolate combo situation, which I have done many times, but I've never done it with like Nespresso. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, today we're gonna talk about goals and we're gonna talk about New Year and all that good stuff. So let me find a tripod and let's get to it. All right, so we're just gonna hang out here with the Christmas tree. I feel like I didn't spend enough time with this tree this year. So here we are. In my defense, it is only the 28th when I'm filming this. I realized yesterday, I was like, oh, we're gonna be coming home from vacation on the 1st. So I'm probably not gonna wanna come home and like have to film things and do all that, especially not going back to school on the 2nd. So here we are. Yeah. New year. Yowza. First of all, new hair. Santa brought a new hairstyling tool. So today was my first crack at it. It's not quite what I had envisioned, so we'll work on it, but it's okay. December was crazy town, especially the first week of December. It was just like pure chaos. If you watched it, if you watched Vlogmas, then you know it was just like, wow, it was a lot. I haven't had a true December like that since before the pandemic, because you know, pandemic 2020, nothing was happening at all. I didn't have any concerts. I didn't have anything going on. 2021, I still didn't have any concerts, still didn't have anything going on. Last year, I did have like a little bit of stuff, but it wasn't a lot. And this year, it was like everything back in full force. It was field trips, it was concerts, it was rehearsals, it was a crazy town, and it was all in one week. And it was kind of a lot. So my December was crazy. The funny thing is, like, so much was going on that I actually feel like December was a really long month and I kind of got to like enjoy it a little bit more. But yeah, it was crazy town. Business wise, I now remember why I usually don't schedule anything for myself in December, because I had all these things. I was like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and do you know how much of that stuff happened? Zero. The only thing that happened in December that's even remotely business wise is Vlogmas, and Vlogmas technically isn't business. It's really just for fun. And so really I did nothing and accomplished nothing, and I really just got like the bare minimum of like emails sent out, a couple posts on Instagram, and like things like that, which I think is the way to go. It's just a little frustrating because that's not how I planned the month to go, so it was frustrating that I did not plan accordingly. But now we remember, next year we plan nothing for December. Even though I really didn't do a ton in December. I made not a ton of money, but a little bit of money. I am currently $1,000 ahead of last year, and this year getting anything ahead of last year has been really difficult. So the fact that I am $1,000 ahead of last year, and especially being that it was this month when like I wasn't doing a whole bunch of stuff, is really great and really exciting. And so I have been kind of trying to analyze like what I did do and how I have been able to like do that. And I mean, frankly, I think a lot of it's not to do with me, but a lot of it is to do with me and the like certain products that I had available and things like that. And one little thing that I noticed is that starting in like November, I feel like I switched which days I send emails. So I used to send emails on Mondays and Sundays and Tuesdays, and I switched it to Mondays and Wednesdays, and it has drastically improved how much revenue I make every time I send an email. It could also be that I have more email subscribers, but I have noticed that Mondays make so much more than they used to, and so much more than Sundays used to, because it's just a better day for emails. So that was one little thing that I did that has made a massive difference. She just dropped her phone. It's just sitting behind me. It's fine. So that's one thing that I have made that has made a big difference, as well as just the products that have been available. I was on Instagram quite a bit at the beginning, and specifically posting reels that did really well last year, and reusing those helped a lot. But yeah, December was an interesting month. Book wise, I read nothing. I always go by books that I finished, and as of right now, I have not finished any books in December. I will probably change that because we are going, we're going out of town. We're just gonna go like hang out at a cabin. So I will probably read a lot this weekend, so it's probably not accurate for the month of December. But as of today, I have not finished anything. Because it's just been so busy, and then when I haven't been busy, in the spare moments that I've had a few minutes, I just have been like, let's just watch a Christmas movie, like, you know, and just kind of relied on TV more than I would have liked to. But yeah, there we go. One thing that I have done, because as I already mentioned, I am not over Christmas. I am extremely sad that it is over. I get like irrationally sad after Christmas. So one thing I did to help me be a little bit less sad is that I am starting my new tradition, starting this year, where after Christmas, I was making like a list of books I wanted to read for this year. And so I was making this list, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to Barnes & Noble. So I took myself to Barnes & Noble, I got a coffee, and I walked around for like an hour and made a massive list of all these books that I want to read this year. And I also purchased some books that I am going to read coming up soon. So let me grab those so I can show you. Ugh, 2 of them are upstairs because I already started them. I'm not going up there to get them, but I'll grab the ones that are close. Non-fiction wise, I always read money books at the beginning of the year. I don't know why, it's just like a thing that I've done for the last couple of years. So I got Psychology of Money, which is one that I have heard a lot of good things about, and just kind of like the mental game of money. And then the other book that I got is The Richest Man in Babylon, which is a collection of essays that are like parables to teach like fundamental money principles, essentially. That one was written like 100 years ago and is always one that people talk about as being like really amazing. This one I also heard really good things about, haven't read either one. So I already started the other one and haven't started that one yet, obviously, but I'm excited to try those. Fiction wise, because your girl loves fiction, I bought, I Was Anastasia, which is about Anastasia Romanoff. I, as well as pretty much anyone who grew up watching the movie Anastasia, am obsessed with the whole myth of Anastasia Romanoff. If you're not familiar, she was the youngest daughter of the Russian Tsar during the revolution, and the whole Tsar's family was killed. But there were rumors that Anastasia had somehow escaped and resurfaced, and it was like a whole thing. The rumors are not true, it has been falsified, but I love the stories that have come out of these rumors about, you know, like the possibility that, you know, she may have escaped and all that kind of stuff. So I got that one. It's upstairs. I haven't started it yet because I wanted to finish the one I was reading so far, which is no, that's not right, The Long Petal of the Sea by Isabel Allende, or is it Isabella Allende? I don't know. I'm like 2/3 of the way through that one, which is about like the Spanish Revolution and follows a like family through the Spanish Revolution and getting out of Spain and all that kind of stuff. So that one has been really interesting so far. And then in my Barnes & Noble date with myself, I also got Day of Fire, which is about the Pompeii, which I'm excited for. Because anything, listen, ancient Rome, ancient Greece, ancient Egypt, I'm here for all of it. And then I also grabbed this one, which is called The Temple of Fortuna, which is also a Roman like myth situation. However, after I bought it, I got it home and was looking at it and realized that it's the third in a trilogy. So ordered the other two. The first one's the Wolf Den and the second is the House with the Golden Door. So I hope they're really good because now I've bought all three of them and have not tried any. So there we go. Oh, cool. Husband's leaving early. Brian, my video editor, is coming over for dinner tonight. I'm so pumped. Him, and he's married to one of my like high school friends. We were like all a group that hung out together. So Brian and I have known each other since 4th grade. And then his now wife, that is also my friend, like I once took her on vacation to DC to stay with my grandparents, like close. We went to prom together one year, like it was just all of us, like as a friend group, all the girls, but we were all like a friend group. And so we met, we were in 8th grade, she was in 9th grade when we met, and then they ended up together obviously, and they're married now and have a kid. But they're coming over for dinner and I'm so excited because I haven't seen them in forever. They don't live here anymore. Anyway, so husband just texted me and said he was on his way home, which is great because they will be home. So let's chat. Oh, let's see. 2024. What's going on? The first thing you need to know, which may or may not have already come out in a video, I don't know, is I'm doing the income reports a little differently this year. I don't want to put the income reports here on YouTube anymore for a variety of reasons that I explain in a video that may or may not have already come out. We'll see. But I'm just for privacy reasons and just for weirdness reasons and just, you know, different things like that. I've decided I don't want them on YouTube. Now, ironically, I didn't make that much more than last year, so like it really doesn't matter too much this year. But I had already decided, like basically when I filmed the last one, I was like, I had already decided in my head, I was like, this is the last one that we're gonna do. So because of that, I am doing things a little different because I don't want to get rid of them because I love them personally. So we're going to have a live event. I will post a link in the Facebook group. So if you are in any of the Facebook groups, you'll be able to see it. It'll be on Zoom. I will record it and I will also post that in the Facebook group. But we'll go through the income reports. We'll talk a bit about goals and we'll do like a live Q&A afterwards. So I will leave in the description like some more information about that because I think it'll be maybe 2 weeks after this video comes out. But if you're interested in checking that out, then make sure you join the Facebook group and make sure you're on the email list too, because I will make sure I send it out there. So that is something that is changing this year. You know, because changes are afoot. January is coming, which means we're gonna try to get my life together. This year, I kind of have like 2 main focuses. We're not gonna go through all my goals today. If you wanna have a whole video about that, we can talk about it though. So let me know down below if that's something you're interested in. But there's 2 main things I'm interested in this year. One is really trying to focus. I am the queen of doing all the things all of the time, but I'm really gonna try to be more focused this year, to pare down the things that I'm doing a little bit and to just kind of try to yeah, just focus, you know, focus on what's going to make me the most amount of money in the business, focus on the business that's making me the most amount of money, focus on products that are going to do really well, products that are already doing really well, like just really trying to focus and do a little bit less. My idea with focus is if I can do the right things, then I can do less, so that I can have more balance. So the other half, it's like focus and then balance is the other thing that I'm after. And I'm really looking for balancing out like my life a little bit. I tend to be on the side of doing all the work all the time. Nice to meet you. But last year I really kind of took it to heart to not do that, and I feel like I swung a little bit too far over, and so this year I'm looking to find like something in the middle. So I'm really gonna concentrate on figuring out what my ideal week is gonna be. I have less things, like usually I have quite a few things on my list like each month that I want to do. I'm gonna have less, so I'm only gonna have like 3 tasks each month for the business, not like emails, but 3 like specific tasks in the business, and just really trying to make sure that I am focusing on what matters and also focusing on not doing quite as much, and that will hopefully save me some time and save me some brain space and help me find something that's nice and in the middle. I mentioned this before, but I mean, y'all know, I was working all the time. And a big part of the reason why I was working all the time is because I knew the whole time that it was going to be temporary and it wasn't something I was going to keep going. So this year when I got my new job, realizing like, oh, I'm not, you know, like I'm still teaching full time and going to do that for a few more years if I'm, you know, taking a new job. So that has led me to, I got to find something a little more sustainable. And so that's kind of where this is coming from. That and just being tired. Like, frankly, like I'm just more tired than I used to be after doing it for years. So that's kind of my main focus for this year, is trying to focus a little bit more, and then because of having more focus, then I can be a little more balanced, hopefully, is my master goal in life right now. So that's kind of a big thing. My ideal week is going to be a huge thing, and really looking at how I can arrange my week in a way that I can get work done, but that I can also like do fun things, because I hate waiting for breaks to do fun things like bullet journaling, like painting, like using my Cricut, like those kind of things that I really enjoy. Like really it's crafts and art and all that kind of fun things that I love doing, and I feel like I never have time for it. And so I'm trying to figure out a way to have time for it. I haven't quite figured out what that way's gonna be, but I'm like starting to think about it, starting to think about different things that I can do for that. I'm also looking at like organizational wise, how I can change some things. I'm gonna be doing a lot of organization this year, and like organizing my stuff, organizing my thoughts, all of those kind of things. I just bought a bunch of stationery items that I'm very excited for. I'm changing out my bullet journal a little bit. I am gonna have a bullet journal video. Hopefully that's already come out by the time this has come out. I'm gonna have a reading journal this year, hopefully to encourage me to read a little bit more, just a smidge, not a lot, just a smidge. But just, you know, different things like that. Just trying to kind of figure out what's gonna work best for me. I think I've got kind of my like daily planning situated, but everything else I'm still trying to figure it out a little bit. So if you have suggestions for organizing your life, let me know down below. I started a list. Someone asked for organization tips, and I was like, that's too much for a coffee chat. So I was trying to think of how I could make that into a video. So I'm thinking on that one. I haven't decided all the organization tips. So leave me yours down below. And someone else asked, what are some things that you are stopping this year? Which I always think is really interesting. Y'all know when I reflect on the week or the month or whatever, I always think of things that I need to start doing and things I need to stop doing. So I need to start doing more books, more arts and crafts, more things that are great for me. Things I need to stop are working all the time. I got a lot better last year, but I just need to get even more better. One thing I need to start this year is doing a better job keeping the house clean, because that definitely got way out of hand this year, especially with all the DIY projects, and I have a lot more DIY projects to do this year. So I need to figure out like how to actually keep the house tidy. And part of that is I want to host more, which is really a big pain in the butt when you have to spend like 3 days cleaning. But if the house is already tidy and you just have to do a little bit of work for people to come over, then it makes a big difference. So that is something I would like to start doing, is really, and that goes back to my ideal week and like figuring that out. So there's that. Oh, one thing I'm stopping, I hate to say this, I'm stopping my morning project time. Yep. I've had that morning project time that I have held sacred for years, and I'm stopping it this year. which really stinks and I'm really not happy about it actually. But I'm stopping it because I feel like I have a lot more like normal tasks that I am not doing a good job keeping up with on a regular basis. So one that comes to mind is like answering emails. I am horrible at answering emails in the business. Like I'll go months without answering anybody. And that has run into problems. Like I've had, you know, conferences that I've been invited to that I'm like late getting things into. And like, I just don't want to be that person. I want to be more on top of things. So this year, instead of having project time in the morning, I'm spending all my morning days on things like emails, writing and answering them, answering comments, just a lot more like admin type things, which I'm not super excited about, but I think is probably the right way to go. And then project time is either gonna have to be weekends or summer or evening, which is gonna be hard to focus, but it just kind of is what it is, because it's just like, that's just not working for me anymore. I used to have like 3 days a week when I would work on a project, then it became 2 days a week, and now it's gonna be no days a week. And I think that's going to, although it's frustrating because I like to do projects, and that can be anything from a new product to working on books to like other things, it's just not realistic to me anymore because I just have so much admin stuff that I just don't have the time for it. And this way, like, it just frees up a lot of my time. Not a lot. It frees up enough of my time that I can get other things done. And it's like condensed it so much that it was so little anyway that I was like, I felt like I wasn't getting a lot accomplished anyway. So there's that. And one more thing I'm gonna stop this year is having excuses. Because when it comes to sometimes productivity, but really honestly what it is when it comes to health, I tend to get excuses about, like, you know, eating stuff I shouldn't eat and not working out and things like that. I fall into like, oh, well, I'm not, you know, oh, I'm just gonna have pizza today because of XYZ or whatever. And so that's something that I'm gonna stop. I'm not doing it this year. I did a pretty good job at the beginning of last year, and then things got really stressful and it just flew out the wayside, and I used every excuse in the book. And we're not doing that this year because we got goals. So that's a couple of things that I am stopping this year. Not anything super exciting, so hopefully that wasn't too bad. But yeah, that's kind of where we are here in this January coffee chat. I don't really have a good way to end this, so I'm just gonna say I need to go get the house ready and get my life together and get food ready. So I will see you on the other side. Thanks for being here with me through yet another year, 2024. Sounds like I've lived a really long time now. Okay, bye.